Hi, my name is Terry Lee from Sweet Pea Papers, and it's September 2021, so that means we must be doing our September daily. Okay, we're on page 15, and that means we're halfway. Yay! Today is music paper, and the designer is Chapter 1. Miss P picked Summer Posies, but I'm using the Shabby Purple Floral, also by Chapter 1. The way this works is every day Miss Paintalot, which is who we're following along with, and my book is called Mr. Black because it's black. Hers is Mr. Green by Mr. Green, and she rolls a die, 1 through 6, and there's 6 designers, and whatever number rolls up, then that's the designer that she's chosen. We've gone 15 days now, and she hasn't rolled a number 2 yet, which I'm not sure what the odds are on that. But, yeah. So, anyway, so that's the prompt, and Chapter 1 is the designer for today. So, also, we've got today's music paper. I purchased some original out of a book so that it's older music paper from Cassie Stylesburg, and I will put a link to her Facebook business page down below. Okay, she's got some great stuff there. Great stuff, great stuff. And can I say it one more time? Great stuff. You can get music paper, printed paper. You can buy journals from people. You can buy just all kinds of stuff. Ephemera and little, what do you call it? Embellishment pieces, as far as actual objects, not just embellishments that someone made. But there's also probably that too. There's just all kinds of stuff there that you would probably be interested in. Okay, so let's put that to the side. And Mr. Black, I just want to show you these last 2 pages that we've done so far because I really, really like them. And the first one is 13. And I just want to apologize for publishing 13 and 14 out of order. I don't know what I was thinking. I was so happy with these 2 pages. I got them confused. This page is our grunge page. And that's 13. And then 14 was the steampunk page. So I apologize. So 15 is going to be music paper. If you heard that noise in the background, I apologize. I just cut out a whole page of fussy cut butterflies on my brother's Scan and Cut. Yay. So we put our paper in here. We're going to need, for today, several things. Let's put him out of the way in his little spot. We're going to need, obviously, music paper. We're going to be using this pink to match the flowers, and then also cream colored paper, cardstock. This is 67 pound Nina, and this is the vellum finish. Okay, this is one of the pages from the kit. It is so pretty. And then we're going to back it with a cream colored paper, and this is going to be our paper that we're going to build on. Then we're going to do 2 side tucks. Miss P did a top and a bottom with the loop, and we may do that some other time. But we're going to do 2 side tucks, and that way we can slide our cards in and out. Okay, by the time we make 2 cards, she made 3. By the time we make 2 cards, it'll be snug enough that the papers or the cards won't slide out. Okay, now I've been trying not to make notes all along, but this one required some measurements to be written down, so I did do that. And I have no idea why I wrote washi. Oh, I was going to look and see if I could use washi stickers, but I ended up cutting out some ephemera, and there was a bunch of stamps. I am going to have to probably do some of the edges with my decollage scissors because it cut the edge out on these, there were a couple that the edges were ambiguous as far as where they were. So I had to set the cutter to a fourth of an inch, or 4/10 of an inch, excuse me, around to get the border, to get the whole sticker, the whole stamp to get cut out. All right, so we've got a whole bunch of stamps to pick from. One of them, it didn't cut the stamp out, but it cut the middle flower out. So look at this little teeny weeny little fussy cut flower we've got. And we've got a specimen number. I don't know why that's sitting out. We've got, of course, some purple butterflies to go with the, or blue butterflies to go with the page. I've also got some butterflies over there on the scan and cut, and we're going to look and see if we've got some purple ones instead. And then the pockets we're not going to use. And the rest of this we're probably not going to use. But I did cut it out because it was all on the same page. We're on the same page. Okay, so we've got the bigger stamps, and so we'll probably use those. Oops, we got it. Do we have a smaller one under here? No, the edge was just sticking out. Okay, so we're going to set those up there to be perused later. I'm going to need some ink. I'm not exactly sure which color. I've got my little tester paper out. These pockets will go in my miscellaneous ephemera to be sorted box, which is now full. It's a big old shoe box, so I need to sit down and do that. We're also going to use this tiny flower stamp, and possibly, and I didn't get ink out for that, but I'll look and see when I put you on hold at one of these points, because I know we're going to. And then I also got a little charm, and it's a little fairy for our fairy garden, and I got out the eyelet, and I got out the equipment. So let's put these to the side up here where they're safe, and then we will put our charm tools over there. Okay, so we've got our measurements. Okay, my notes that the paper came from chapter 1. Okay, and these are not set in stone. These are just approximations. And we'll set our stamps. We'll set them in the fussy cut. The off-cut box. And you're going to need scissors, of course, and possibly some other things. Who knows? So the first thing we're going to do, I've already cut out the page papers, but I didn't ink them because I wasn't sure what color. So let's take a look at some of the choices that I've selected. I decided to go with the colors around the edges that are there already on 2 sides, which I don't necessarily like to leave it just on 2 sides. And I had to cut the top off the paper to make it fit, because Mr. Black's measurements are 7 5/8 by 11, which is what this cream colored one is. And then I had to go in a 1/4 of an inch so that we had an 1/8 of an inch on the top and the bottom, and we're going to have a wider gap on either side because this is not 11 inches long. So we had to have the backing paper, which is cream colored, and which is what we've been going with, and Mr. Black has white pages. Okay, so this is our tester, and of course we have vintage photo, but we want to test it up against, and I'm going to kind of go farther than you normally would edge, give us a better chance at testing it out. Well, that wouldn't be bad, but it doesn't really match, does it? So we can go with our antique linen, which that or tea dye are my front runners. Not really sure what the color is on here, but I believe we can use it. And so, oh well, tea dye is too light. And it's too brown as well. You know, I have a gray brown, or I could go with, I have a sage green. We could go with that. I'll take a look. I had to washi tape this shut because the lid kept coming off. And then I discovered someone said to put washi tape around the inside here. So either way, to hold the lid on. You know, when I bought these, it was so funny because the lid comes off on all four that came in the 4-pack. And I messaged the people that I bought it from. I got it on Amazon, but it was a third-party seller. So I messaged them and said that the lids kept coming off on the ink pads, and the message they sent me back was, the lids are supposed to come off. Like I didn't realize the lids were supposed to come off at all. So anyway, I just thought that was kind of funny. I was like, duh. So let's test this over here. This one isn't bad. It's a little bit darker. So I still don't like the brown. I'm going to put you on hold for just a second so you don't have to watch me go through all of these inks and try to find an alternate color. Okay. I tested some of the inks and I looked at some of the Fussy Cut butterflies, and none of them really worked for this kit. So now I like the bundled sage, which is here, but I'm not sure that it's dark enough. The burlap is another brown, but it's a brownish green, so I might use that on these brown pages. I don't know, old paper looks pretty nice too. So I'm actually going to go with old paper, and then on the pink papers, we're going to go with seedless preserves, as long as I remember. Okay, so we're going to put these two to the side because we're not going to use them. Let's put these two here and see if I can remember to use them. Okay, so let's go ahead. Oh, I should have done this while we were off camera. Let's go ahead and do these real quick. I guess you have to put this on here. I really don't see why. This is a new ink stampy thing, so. Yeah, you can see it against the cream. I didn't really want something super dark, but I wanted something consistent all the way around. Yeah, as we get going here, it looks like it's getting a little bit darker, or it may look darker because it's against the brown. We'll have to wait and see. We have an alarm going off here. It's actually time to watch another episode of the September Daily with Miss Paintalot. And let's see what she does on page... Gosh, I think she's on... If I'm on 15, she must be on 19 or 20. I didn't start until a few days in. I decided to do this. I'll do this a little bit more on this, just so it shows up a little better, because our stamp is new and it started working better as we went along. Okay. So now see, that's going to look nice against the cream. Have we been inking the cream colored papers? Let me look. No. No, we haven't. So let's not do it now. Let's not break with our tradition. So we're going to build on this page. So we're going to set this aside. for now. Okay, and we're going to build on this. So the first thing we're going to do is actually we're going to make our cards. So let's leave this out because we're going to need to measure. Oh no. And this is really beautiful music paper. And the music paper, all 3 pages, or all 3 pages that I got out are all the same song. So it goes all the way through the same. Be careful with that paper clip. That was why I put the paper there. Okay, so we want the music to be right side up. Well, it doesn't matter on the writing card now, does it? Oh, let's get our corner rounder out and get our large one. So you can add that to the list of things that you need to get. A lot of this stuff that I use, there's a link down at the bottom of the text file for the easiest way to get them. They are Amazon links, so I do get a few cents if you go there and get it through my link, but it doesn't change the price for you at all, so you get the same price. Now, we need to figure out, we want 2 cards and we want one bigger than the other. Now I want the bigger one to be the cream colored one, and that way the pink one will be on top. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to switch to our pencil, and what we're going to do is we are going to set the pink one to the side. We're not going to do that yet. And I grabbed 3, hopefully we'll only need 2. And I'll be able to put 1 page back. So let's carefully set that to the side until we go to cut it. Okay. Alright, so now we want the card. This is a good way to do it. We want the card to be far enough in that our side tucks will hold it in, but not so far out that when we put them on, the card won't fit. So let's make the card about this far in. So, you know what? We could measure, go figure. Oh, 1 inch. How wide are these? Here's the other 2. I wrote it down, I know I did, but 3.5. So, let's go 2 inches in. All the way around. So let's see, this is going to be 8.5, so that means we're going to want it to be 4.5. Seems kind of small. 4.5. Well, we want it to be a rectangle, so it's going to be longer. Oh, that's all right though. Duh. We cut 2 inches in. Well, let's do 1.5, and then we'll take a look at it. Now I'm using the numbers on this side. And 1.5. Hi, Oz, what you doing? Looking for paper? Yeah, that's gonna be too big. So let's go in another 1.5. Looks like I made it too small now. Well, we can use this paper for our smaller one. So 3 inches was too big. So 2 inches was fine. Oh, we wanted our bigger one to be the pink one anyway. So let's take 2 inches off of this. Inches will be 6.5, except for I cut it crooked, so we're going to do just a smidge to straighten it up. I have a new blade, so that works out well. And we wanted 2 inches, so 11, we want it to be 9. Seems awfully large. Oh, but it's not. Okay. So, and then this one inside. It's a little small. I think it'll be all right. This one's big. What if we took a 1/2 inch off of this? No, that would be too much. I think I'm going to leave it. How big is our music paper? Yeah, we'll be fine. Okay, let's ink these before we forget. Okay, we're doing this one in old paper. Let's trim the corners before we forget. There's no paper. My dog eats paper. If you watch any of my videos, and I have 215 now. Any of my tutorials, you'll know my dog Oz usually makes an appearance, either barking in the other room or in here looking around on the floor for small pieces of paper to eat. Okay, now let's ink these. Okay, we're going to do this one. Yeah, I like this color on the cream paper. It's a greenish color. Or no, it's a green color. Even though it says old paper, where you think you would put it in the drawer with your browns. I have mine sorted in these little drawers. Then what you're really going to do is put it in with your greens. It's got a green color on the lid. For once, it's semi-accurate. Sometimes you look at the color on the top and you think, oh, that's a green, or oh, that's a blue, and then, oh, no, it's not. Made a bit of a mistake up here. Really don't like it. Sorry about that. I was talking and inking. I slipped. getting text messages for some reason. Okay, and then I'm going to draw a line across here so we don't use this side as the writing side. And let's use our seedless preserves on here. It's almost time for the end of the video. I probably could have, or the end of this, you know how I only do 30 minutes at a time, so that and then I edit the videos. I think I'm doing pretty good so far. I don't think I have to edit anything out. Trying not to say the word edit and it after each other. Very difficult for me for some reason. Edit. Just edited. Edit it. Sounds to me like edited when I try to say it. I think that's turning out nice. It's a good thing there's a little bit of a break. I'll watch Miss Paintalot. Then definitely put on a long sleeve shirt. It's cold here. It's 50 degrees and raining in Seattle in the fall. About right. It goes up to about 62, 63. So we don't usually have that fall heat wave once it starts raining. Now, if it's September and it's not raining, then yeah. Okay, so now it's time for our break. So we're going to go ahead and take our break, and that'll be just like an instant for you because it'll be cut together. And I will see you in just 2 seconds. Okay, I forgot to mention that we're gonna do a stencil on the back, probably just the opposite corners. Now these are mandala. I'm not sure exactly how some people say it, but I call them mandalas. Stencil, and most of them look like flowers to me. You'll see that this is numbered number 29. I believe this came in a set of, I don't know, it looks like more than 50 to me. I don't know where the beginning number is. Oh, there's one. Oh, so it's 36. Wow, it looks like more than that. Anyway, I left it open to where they come with a hole in the corner. I think I may have punched each one, but I just use an office ring to hold them together, and it makes it very easy. They're numbered, so you just keep them in the number order. If you want, if you got favorite ones, you know, make a little X on them, whatever. The only thing I don't like about the number is if you're going to do the whole thing, you have to make sure to put your finger on the number, or else you're going to accidentally stencil the number onto your page. Okay, and then we're going to do the music papers too. So let's set this to the side for right now. And we'll set the whole stack over here so I can put it back in later. Now, this music paper is real, actual, aged music paper from an older book. So I want to be very careful with this. Miss Paintalot likes to take the clef off, but I don't. I like to keep everything but just that outer edge that we don't really need. And of course I'm going to cut the page number off the top, and I'm going to trim the white, or what used to be the white space off the bottom, and probably trim just a little bit around the edge. Now I'm hoping my paper cutter will do this. My paper trimmer, I've got a brand new titanium blade in there. So let's see how it goes. It's kind of delicate paper. I almost tore a piece the other day. Okay, we want to get it right about there. Oh, yeah, okay, that works good. Just going to do that. Let's take the page number off the top. Also, in any areas that the, oops, I'm going to keep an eye on that treble clef over there. Any areas that have torn paper, or they tore it out of the book, or carefully removed it from the book. I kind of want to keep the, where it says the William Company on there. Kind of leaves enough on there anyway. Let's take this rough edge off, but leave the treble clef and the bass clef on there, in case you were wondering what those are called. You know, when I was younger, I played several instruments. I played the piano and the clarinet, and there was another one that I played. What was it? Oh, the violin. That was the one I played the most. Played the violin for several years, back when they had an orchestra in school. Now, this music page is going to be really close. You know, I really wish I could get away without trimming the sides. That would be great. I think I can. And I should have measured this before I trimmed the corners. All right, let's measure it from the top. Wow, it's almost the perfect size. All right, we want this much to show. We're going to round the corners. My dog is going crazy because he wants to play. Poor thing. Oz, it's not time. Normally it is time if he wants to play, but just now I'm recording. Let's see, this is here. That's there. Now he's really mad and he's torturing his toy. Should I put you guys on pause and go play with the dog and then come back? I'm very tempted. It is pretty fun. Let's see if we can do that. We'll definitely save this in for our collage. Okay, let's see if we can do that for this one. The other one's going to be, oh yeah, let's just round the corners. Oh, this side has a lot more going on than this side, so let's make this side the front. Yeah. Okay, let's round the corners. So next time, remember, don't round the corners until you get both of them sized. Oh, this is difficult. The paper's so thin, it's hard to get it all the way up there in the corner without kind of wrinkling up. Okay. Now we should be able to do this with Fabri-Tac. Fabri-Tac. Yeah, we're good. And I'm trying to debate on whether to ink the music paper or not, because, you know, it's antique, and I'm not sure if I need to antique it anymore. I don't know. Let me get out the vintage photo, I guess, and hit the edge a little bit. Not much. I don't want to overpower our aged music page, but it does look a little plain on there. It kind of disappears into the page. Oh yeah, that just helps age it a little bit, as long as you don't do very much. Just a little bit will do it. And remember, if you have paper like this, it's going to be very thin, and you have to be careful about tearing it. I'm wondering about the glue. It's a good thing I only do around the edge. Do enough around the bottom. Yeah, this corner cut a little crooked. Okay. Yes, that does look better. Okay. So now we're using 3 colors officially. When you're using more than one color, I find if you go ahead and take the sponge off right away, then you don't accidentally, use the same one, especially when they're this different on the other color. Okay, so we're going to glue this on. This definitely shouldn't take a lot of glue. It's not very thick paper. And I found that Fabri-Tac works well with paper. It does not soak through, usually. And it gives you enough time to move it around. Scooch this over and down a little bit. There we go. Okay. Now we've got our music paper on here. Let's stencil on the back. Now Miss P put a flower on the front of hers, and I don't want to put a fussy cut flower, and I did not have the ability to print from the kit on tissue paper, which is what she did, and then Mod Podge it on. I don't have any of that ability, so I'm just going to leave it stand as the music paper. It's the antique paper, and I think it can stand on its own. And there's a little schmutz there, so let's try to cover it with some stenciling. Let's use the antique photo, or should we use the pink? Let's use this color. See if we can get a light stencil. I'm trying to put it on the pad. Let's just do the corner. We'll just do that much. Okay. Should have used a brush. What's wrong with me? I just tapped off a little bit so it wouldn't be so dark. And it wouldn't leave that mark. It's still a little dark, but that's all right in the center. Let's just go ahead and hit the whole thing. Try not to hit the edge. Oh, that's pretty. Wonder if we should do all 4 corners. Maybe I'm not going to push it. You can still see that mark there. Some ink must have gotten on the glass. Okay, so we had the flower center. We had 3 petals. Now the cream colored card we'll do with the green, I think. But see, that does not look like a mandala at all. Sometimes the dog thinks somebody's knocking at the door when I do that. Kind of funny. Remember not to get the edge. Okay, there we go. It turned out nice. You've got writing card on the back, music paper on the front, and then it's going to go this way on the page. Okay, 1 card down. 1 card to go. And we rounded these corners too. This one's going to be smaller, obviously. That one, this is 2 pages. Okay. This one has more music on it, especially this side. All right, let's set our card with our background paper. Let's put this ink and this brush away. Let's see if I have a brush that has something other than purple on it. Let's set that over there. Let's wipe it off. Still got a little bit of purple on it. Oh well. I have to wash it, but I don't want it to be wet right now. Okay, oh, let's trim the... We're just going to do the torn edge on this side. I think this is the end that gets cut off anyway, but when we cut the width, we're gonna try to cut it. Oh no, I should have left this so we had room, because we're gonna have to, oh well, we're gonna have to cut the whole thing down anyway, so I probably could have just left it. Okay. I love the color of this paper. Maybe we'll save it for the collage. Get it under all these papers. Here, I'll just lay it there. Okay, so now we're going to go here. Okay. Now, I wanted this, so let's go this way first. And let's do this. Let's move it back from the rounded corner a little bit so we can see where our real edges are. So see, we would have made it too small. Down to here. And I'm just kind of moving it back and forth to get kind of what I like the best as what we're going to use. Okay. We're not losing too much. We're going to have some for our collage, that's for sure. Oh, there it is. I was like, where's my pencil mark? Definitely trying to be careful and not make any mistakes, that's for sure. Okay, now let's do the width. We'll do it the same way. I kind of wanted to keep the more interesting part. So let's move it over this way. Put it in. And then and set it over here, and we'll measure in from this, and then we should be all right. Give me a bigger paper for my collage too this way. I'm going to make a giant collage. We're going to have 30 pages. So I'm going to have a lot of scraps or offcuts. And yeah. So let's round the corners and shoot. Let's double check again. Yeah, that's going to be fine. Yep, okay. Let's round the corners. Be a little more careful this time to make sure to get it all the way up in there before I goof around. Not talking very loud, am I? Sorry about that. Kind of muttering to myself. This is how I work when I'm working by myself. Just kind of mutter to myself. Mutter to myself. All right, just a little bit of vintage photo around the edge to highlight it. A little bit of extra in the corners. Age the aged paper. Remember to be careful. Very light touch. I really liked playing the violin. It was one of my favorite things to do. And I was small for my age, like I'm not now. I'm only 5 foot tall. I tell my daughter that I'm not getting shorter, the cabinets are getting taller. Kitchen counter. Anyway, so anyway, I had to play a 3/4 sized violin. I didn't even play a full-sized one. So I couldn't reach. My poor little arms. But I was the first chair of the second violins. The first chair meant like the head of the section. I really liked it. Okay, let's take this off. Move our corner rounder, get our glue. And we want to glue the other side. Oh, look, and it says romance. Oh, no, wait. No, I like the other side better. I forget this is full. I hardly ever let it get way down. I don't like to wait for my glue. I don't like to have to mess around. Okay. Get that on there. You'll notice even though it's old paper, the Fabri-Tac did not come through at all. Can't tell it's even there. Let's put our lid on. Now, if you're wondering about my hands, yesterday I did a steampunk page, and that was the side we didn't want to use. Why? Oh, because of the ink mistake. Well, too bad, so sad, I guess. I totally forgot. All right, let's do the stencil, and let's do it in the light green. We're going to use the same stencil. In Terry's world, everything must match. I don't know if you want to be in my world. Depends. Don't get too enthusiastic. And end up, look at that dark spot. Gonna end up with the I guess we'll just make the whole thing dark, and then it'll all look like it was supposed to be that way. This color's going on a lot darker. Oh, I know, it's got a darker green on it. It still looks nice. Ah, and I got the edge. Apparently my stenciling skills are not top notch, to say the least. Now we have to make this one just as dark. Well, we will, because there's a darker color on the brush, and I didn't realize. You know, I didn't have it cleaned off. Okay, that looks kind of pretty, that darker color. Wish I knew what it was. I would have used it around the edge. Well, it looks like I did. No, it's a different color. It's more of a brownish green. So instead of sage, it might be, oh, I know what that color is. Sure, I know what that color is. Okay, we're done stenciling. Let's make sure we're all clean. Get the stencil on this side. We got our extra music paper. Set that over there to keep it safe. Over in the safe zone. Away from the trimmer and the glue. Alright, so we're done with our music cards. Now our background page, we're going to make, oh, that's on the paper. I mean literally on the paper. So what we're going to do is we're going to, oh, I was going to stamp on the back. So now I don't need to do that. So we don't need our stamps. And I'm not really sure where we would be able to put a charm on here. Maybe we could put one up here before I glue it to the page. I really want my little garden fairy. Okay, so let's set this aside for just a second. Now, the side tucks are going to be the size of these cards with a little bit of a trim around. Okay, and I'm trying to decide whether I want them to open and close and have magnets, or if I just want them to be straight tucks and slide the cards out. So we're going to have a look here in just a second. Okay, we're back. Now that we have everything cut and the corners rounded, I went ahead and inked everything. There was no reason for you to have to watch me do that. And just remember that you're going to have a left and a right, and to leave one side flat. I think we did that. Or did I not? I think I did this off camera. I'm sorry. I just took 2 of the ephemera cards and used them to make side tucks. And then I just cut the paper out around it. I had to talk to my dad on the phone in a nursing home while we were on break there, and so now I'm kind of forgot my train of thought. So we're just going to glue this on here. I have to talk really loud to talk to him. He's 81. Unfortunately, my stepmother just passed away. She was 87. And, you know, he's kind of at a loss about, you know, what's going on. It's kind of hard to explain it to him. So I try to talk to him often so he stays up to date kind of more than once, let's say that. So it's kind of sad. But anyway, so that's what sidetracked me. So we've got this one for this side. Now, I did not put, Miss P did a loop and tie. I'm not going to do that because I didn't do mine top and bottom, which we still actually could, except I don't want them to open and it would make my gate upside down. So I'm going to do mine on the sides like I had planned, and I'm not going to put a gusset, or I mean, a little, I'm not going to loop it around because I want it to be tight. And what's going to happen is to take the cards out, you'll just slide them out the bottom. Because remember, my book goes this way. And these should be tight enough that the cards don't come out. If they're not, then I'll have to rethink, you know, what I'm going to do. And maybe I'll put a magnet on and then put something decorative over it, which would not look as nice. But, you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Or I could put a magnet in the back. No, there's no way to put it on the writing card. Yes, I could back the writing card with cream paper if I had to. So that's an option too. If so, if for some reason this doesn't work, then we'll add that on to this video on how to do it, how to fix it if you have that problem. All right, let's glue this one on. I marked them top for when I did the corner rounding. Might help you to do that. So like I said, remember, you're only going to round the two corners that face the middle. And you'll do that on the pink paper and the colored. Now I did the pink. I inked it in the festive berries. Seedless preserves. I'm sorry, seedless preserves. Festive berries is a totally different color. It's a red. And then I did the garden card in the green that we've been using, which is the old paper. I'm sorry if I mistakenly called it bundled sage at any time, because that was one of the colors I had thought about, and I really like that color. Okay, so we've got these. Now, I think that we would be better off marking where the center is and marking the center of the card in pencil so we can erase it, and then that way we know that they're even. I don't know, I could probably eyeball them. I could put one on and then put the other one on. They're the exact same size. I cut the height, and then I put one on top of the other and measured it and cut the width. So I know they're identical. Let's glue one on. We're only going to glue this one edge. It's not a pocket, it's a tuck. Okay, let's make sure we're right side up. There's writing right here. So let's put it along the edge, but in just a smidge so you can see the inking. Okay. Let's see where we're at. That looks pretty good. It's a little busy when the cards are out. I understand that, but I really like this paper and it doesn't bother me at all. So you can choose to do music paper on here if you like. I just don't have that much of that paper to tell you the truth. And all right, now let's, wow, that's pretty close to being even. This one's up a little bit. They're exactly even. So there you go. Now we should be able to slide these two cards under here. Let's hope. Like so. And with these being tucks and no loose areas, then we should be able to lift this up without the cards coming out, but we can't. So now we have to figure something out. I know what we can do. We can put magnets on the underside of here and magnets on the back. And that will hold it down tightly. Oops. I'm almost out of magnets. And this is going to take 4. Even if I did the string, it wouldn't work. If I had a ribbon and I could tie it from the top to the bottom, let me put you on hold and see if I have one. I don't think I do. Okay, I forgot I had bought this ribbon, and I'm pretty sure this will work, and we'll tie it from top to bottom, and we'll glue the ribbon to the back side of this paper. All right, So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to measure about how much I think I'm going to need. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure to here and then add a little bit. I can always make it shorter. I have a lot of this, several feet of it, as a matter of fact. So we'll measure to the middle and the back. That was my bad. I thought the tucks would be tight enough. Okay. Here's our center. And it's at 5 1/4 because of trimming the paper. And you can see what I mean by contamination from on here. Okay, so let's glue our ribbon using Fabri-Tac. We'll glue it a good ways in. Sorry about my guzzling pop. I'm a little parched. In other words, my allergies are acting up. Now, if you want to make it to where the sides open up, you know, and wrap that pink around and let them open, then you're going to need to cover the insides. I'll show you in just a second. Oops. When this dries. This is super thin, this particular ribbon that I'm using, so it shouldn't take very long for it to dry. I'm going to flip it over. And I want to leave the cards in because I want to make sure I can tie it tight enough to hold the cards in. Well, it won't matter, but I don't want them sliding around. All right, so then we're going to go this length because we're going to tie it here, but we want enough for a bow. So I'm going to go to about here. I'm going to get my scissors. I can put the magnets away. We don't need that. I'm going to go about here and I'm going to cut it at an angle. I'm going to put that ribbon back there. Then I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. This is called Troubleshooting 101. I'm going to put a ribbon here. I don't know why I'm gluing so much on the back. We're going to glue this to that cream colored paper. I'm almost tempted to round the corners on this before we put it on the cream colored paper. I'm on the border on that one. Let's let that sit for just a second. You can guesstimate the length on this by going back this way. We know we want the width and then some. Now we've got this pretty ribbon. We'll tie it shut. I want to do it the other way. This side's a little bit longer. So I want to make the bow with that. Well, I did it backwards again. Oh, actually the wraparound part's longer, isn't it? I am terrible at bows. So this is probably not going to be the best looking bow. Okay, so we've got that much. Now look, we've got that much extra. I rather like it a little bit long. That worked out well. Now the papers are staying in. That's good. Okay, probably could have tied it just a smidge tighter. So now, I don't know. I guess I don't think I will, because I think it'll make it too short looking. I got this on Amazon, and I got a whole like pack of different colors. I keep forgetting that I have them. For very inexpensively. I'll make a note of it so I can look it up and give you guys the heads up on it. Okay. This is called Working Without a Script and Troubleshooting. Save your little pieces for clusters. See, and I've got this little piece of green ribbon and this little piece of lace. So that'll look pretty, maybe with one of the flutterbys. Okay, now all we have left to do is clear our space off a little bit so we can work. Somebody said something. I posted a picture of what I was working on, and somebody made a comment about how neat my workspace was. I happen to find it easier to work this way. So we're going to put this on the backing page. And then we'll put the whole thing on in Mr. Black. And then I'm going to have lunch. I started late today. I want to try to get 16 done today as well. Then I'll be a day ahead. Maybe put a little extra here. Hold our ribbon down. There's no up and down to the cream paper. Music paper does seem to move. The ribbon holds it in though. Okay, we gotta worry about our top and bottom more so than our left and right. Okay. So we're going to have that glued down. And put these back. And I'll just retie it tighter. You don't want to tie it so tight the page bows. So I probably should have waited and put it on the outside here. So there's a little tip. Or just don't tie it so tight. If you hear my stomach growl, I apologize. Wow, I can really hear it growling. Let's get this into Mr. Black, huh? Now, when we put this in here, there is an up and down, even though it doesn't look like maybe there should be. Now, the way this is, I may end up gluing, you know, you may not be able to see the whole page. I apologize, but he's getting so chunky I can't lift him up, you know what I mean, and slide the whole thing in. So we got to remember, just look at this one word and make sure it's right side up. This glued down. Well, I think this one was kind of fun. Turned out pretty. Pretty. After the two grungy and steampunk pages that inked me up. Totally. This is a little bit heavier page, so you want to put a little extra glue. Whereas the grunge page, I mean the steampunk page, was just a single paper with other papers glued to it. And that one, you know, didn't need as much reinforcement to put it in. Even though it's always good to make sure they're not going to come out. Alright, now let's take a look at our paper. Yep, that's right. I'm going to stand up here. There we go. Yes, I really wish I had done the ribbon from outside on the cream. Okay, and our pages should stay in. Once we you know what I mean, they just need to be tied a little tighter. There we go. And that's it. That's our page. We've got our music cards, and let's center this little guy. We'll center the big guy. Okay, there you go. All right, so there we are. That's page 15, all done. Very pretty. Music paper, check. Music paper, check. Chapter 1, check. Different kit, but the correct designer. And hopefully I'll be able to keep doing that all the way through. We're going to have a whole bunch of tailor-made journals. I don't know how Miss P's going to handle that, since 2 in a row is supposed to be out of bounds. But this paper is getting really filled in here, and so she's only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 5. She's going to have to actually decide to do 2, because she's going to have to do like a 2, then a 4, then a 2, then a 4, then a 2, then this last 6, then a 2, then the 5, and then a 2. So other than that, I'm not really sure how she's going to avoid doing a whole row of tailor-made journal papers all in a row, and I'm not sure that that would be very fun. So anyway, okay, that's it. There's our page. Let's see if I can get Mr. Black to cooperate. He's really heavy. Okay, so let's do that. There you go. There's the page. All right, I will see you in the next video, and that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye-bye.